What's up guys, Justin Grunwald here with 65drums.com. Today I'm talking about whether or not it's best to learn how to play drums on an electronic drum set or an acoustic drum set. This is not a video on which is better. I already covered that a long time ago. I think they're completely equal to each other. This is a whole video on which is best to play for like your first year when you're first learning how to play drums in general. I'm going to give you like the pros and cons and then give you what I think is the right answer to this question. This is an opinion video, so take it with a grain of salt. This may not work for everybody. So generally, acoustic drums, one of the main advantages of learning on an acoustic drum set is that you'll learn how to play with greater range of dynamics faster on an acoustic drum set. The reason why is because it's so dang loud. So you'll be forced to learn how to play really quiet. And how does this help you? It makes you control your playing. It makes you have a greater control of how hard you're hitting. It's hard to explain, but you learn how to play with greater dynamics faster on acoustic drums. You'll eventually learn that skill on any drum set you play, electronic or acoustic, but you'll mostly learn it faster if you start on an acoustic drum set. Now, one of the pros of electronic drums is that you'll just have a sheer larger amount of time to learn on them. Because with electronic drums, most of the time you can play them even though there are other people in your house. So your environment is really key here. If you have roommates, if you live at home with your parents, if you have a spouse, if they don't like to hear you drumming, then that means if you're playing acoustic, you have to wait until they leave the house in order to practice for the day. So with electronic drums, you'll have more opportunities to play because you can play even when everyone's at home. And that really is a big advantage of electronic drums. Another advantage of electronic drums is that you can switch between different sounding drum sets. So if you're learning on just like a pop rock type acoustic drum set, that's the only sound you'll be able to practice to, except when you're playing other people's acoustic drum sets. With an electronic drum set, you can learn how to play drums on that type of a drum. You can switch to a jazz type of a drum and learn how to use those sounds. You can learn how to play drums on like a metal sounding drum set. There are a lot of different options that you get with electronic drums that aren't as easily available with an acoustic drum set. If you want to learn how to use a ping ride instead of just using a ride cymbal that's really washy sounding, you can usually just switch to a kit that has a ping ride sound in it. And that's a really nice advantage when you use electronic drums. So here's my straight up answer. If I got to choose between electronic drums and acoustic drums to learn on, and I was in a great environment where I could play acoustic drums as much as I wanted, in that perfect world environment, I would choose to learn on an acoustic drum set. Full disclaimer, I did learn on an acoustic drum set, and so I could be a little biased about this, but I also have this whole show about electronic drums. So I'm biased both ways. I just think that you'll learn how to play with greater feel and dynamics faster on an acoustic drum set because you're forced to deal with volume constraints. Some people may agree with me, some people may not agree with me, but that's what I think. And I did live in that perfect environment. Actually, my family is mostly musicians. So I would literally practice for an hour a day, 5 days a week on my acoustic drum set. My dad would sleep in the room next to me while I was drumming. It's like this really weird, perfect environment that I was in. And if I didn't practice for an hour that day, my mom would be like, Justin, why didn't you practice today? So I was in a very rare, perfect environment. So for me, learning on acoustic was a great idea. So in a perfect world, I think acoustic is the best to learn on. But let me give you the real answer now. The real answer is which drum set will allow you to play the most hours. Because I know the whole thing about practicing smarter, not harder, but sometimes it does come down to sheer number of hours of practicing. So if you don't live in a perfect environment, if all of your friends and family hate the idea of you buying an acoustic drum set, and you'll have to wait for like a half an hour window every day when no one's at home to practice, maybe, just maybe, you should buy an electronic drum set, because you'll have more opportunities to practice. You won't be hemmed in by waiting around for everyone to leave the house. And I think that is a good reason to buy an electronic drum set. It gives you more opportunities to practice. So even though I think that technically it's better to learn on an acoustic drum set, most people don't have the learning environment that I had growing up. And they're really under time constraints. They have to wait for like little half-an-hour periods in the day when no one's home so they can play. Or if you live in an apartment, this is a non-issue. You probably can't learn on acoustic drums because your landlord won't let you. So yeah, in a perfect world, learn on acoustic. You can learn either way. It's faster to learn on acoustic, but for a lot of people, learning on an electronic drum set might be the better option for you. All right, as you can see, this is not my normal place where I film videos. I'm at this hiking trail. I usually film all my e-drum videos in my basement music room, but I thought I'd switch it up and film a video out here, see how it works out. Let me know if you guys like this style of video. I might just every once in a while film a video out here just because it's kind of calm out here. I think just some rich old lady died and donated her land to the city, and they made it into a hiking trail. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I make a new video about e-drums and drumming in general 1 to 2 times a week. The best way to keep on top of those videos is to subscribe. And if you like e-drum news, go check out my Facebook. That's where I post that stuff. If you want to see my drum covers, it's on my Instagram page. Drum articles on my website. Give this video a like if you like my channel. It really does help me out. And I'll see you guys next week. See ya.